Hello everyone, I am Dr. Shweta Bajaj, Professor and Dean, Maharishi University, Information and Technology, Noida. Today I am going to teach you a pharmacology subject which is a part of 4th semester. And in this I am going to teach you a topic general pharmacology. What do you mean by pharmacology? Pharmacology is a branch of science about drug origin, chemical constituent, pharmacodynamics, kinetics, mechanism of action and toxicology. So there are so many words in that pharmacology. What do you mean by pharmacology? It's a split of two words. It's a combination of two words when we will split into a pharmakon and logy. Pharmakon means drug and logy means study. When it break, we will break. What do you mean by pharmakon? Just concentrate on this word pharma. Pharma means drug. Drug and medicine. The first question arises, what is the difference between a drug and medicine? Drug is a raw form, and when we will convert into a formulation like tablet, capsules, solutions, syrups, it becomes medicine when we administer it in our body. What is the importance of study pharmacology? There are existing drugs and the new drugs coming into the market. How they will act, how they will produce their effect in our body, what we desire during any disease. That is the importance of pharmacology. Here you are seeing new drug profile. Like drug, when I say drug, that is a raw material, a chemical constituent. I can say paracetamol, which is a common chemical constituent that we use during fever. Paracetamol is a common chemical constituent. When I will say brand name, that will become Calpol, Crocin. And all other industries and generic industries, they can say that is paracetamol. So three category: chemical constituent, brand name and generic name. A drug which is already existing in the market, but when we teach, we have to teach pharmacology, how that drug produces effect and how much potential it should carry. And any new drug which comes into the market, they have to go with the 4 phases. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4. These phases are divided into a seal. What do you mean by seal? S is a safety, E is a efficacy, A is a approval and L is a long-term effect. That one drug, that is new drug, that has to go with this all 4 phases, then only they come into the market. And this 3 phases itself takes 10 years. And after that, that drug comes into the market and the consumer use that drugs. So, just to understand the pharmacology, we have to go through the basic terminology which I am going to teach you. That is pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics, toxicology, side effects, mechanisms of action. What do you mean by pharmacokinetics? Kinetics means the movement of anything, and how I already explained, pharmaco means drug. How drug moves in our body, that is pharmacokinetics. That is absorption, distribution, metabolism, excretion. Means how our body give response to the drug, how body acts on our body, on our drug. That is absorption, distribution, metabolism, action. Every drug is in own absorption, its own distribution, its own metabolism, on its excretion. This affects its potency. What do you mean by again potency? How a drug, or you can say when it comes into a dosage form, how that medicine is, how much that is potent, how much that drug is effective. That means this study you have to do to know your drug potency, that is pharmacokinetics. The next term is pharmacodynamics. It means how your drug acts onto the body, means dynamic, how much your drug is dynamic to produce that particular therapeutic effect which you have desired for to treat any infection, any disease. Toxicology and side effect. There is a difference between a side effect and toxicology. Why it is important to study? Because everyone knows there is no drug which is not having any side effect, but we cannot use any drug which are having toxic effect. So before coming into the market, releasing a drug into the market, every drug should go past to the toxicology study. Means a drug in particular amount, that is a drug can be a 50 mg, maybe another drug is 500 mg. They can become a toxic. We cannot use that type of a drug in the market. Now, mechanism of action. What do you mean by mechanism of action? Like a mechanic, when your vehicle becomes damaged or maybe proper not working, then you go to the mechanics. Like that, our drug act as a mechanism to repair our body improper functioning. So let's see in detail. Pharmacodynamics. That is principle of drug action or effect. Like I said, drug cannot produce a new action to a cell, to a tissue or an organ. It can only alter the effect, which may be caused due to the chemical, due to any accident, or due to any chemical release in our body because of maybe an insect bite. So it can produce only some actions or effect like stimulation, depression, irritation, replacement and cytotoxic effect. Stimulation means किसी भी effect को increase कर देना. Already कोई effect हमें मिल रहा है, उसे बढ़ा देना. Like here is I have given the example. Adrenaline stimulates heart. Means heart के action के contraction को stimulate कर देना या relax कर देना, तेजी से और बढ़ा देना. Either a drug can depressed, like in for anxiety patients we give the drug which makes their CNS calm. Like barbiturates are the best example for causing depression on CNS. Another example, irritation that shows inflammation and necrosis. What is inflammation? A response is when any injury affect our body, like insect bite, mosquito bites causes inflammation, and what we see, a red mark on our body, or maybe you can feel irritation on your body because of histamine releases in our body that causes irritation. And the drug which we have to require, that is antihistamine, which will stop the irritation. Replacement. The drug can replace if any dysfunction is hoga. The common example is diabetes. In that particular disease, insulin hormone is releasing less in our body. We give insulin to the human so that they can replace the less amount of insulin. Cytotoxic. These drugs are used in cancer. They are having cytotoxic effect on the host cell. Mechanism of action. Like I told that our drugs are good mechanics to treat any dysfunction which occur in the body. To understand, we have to again understand some terms like efficacy, affinity, agonist, partial agonist, inverse agonist, antagonist. Whenever we talk about any drug or chemical or ligand, it can be all this, one of this. To produce an effect, a drug should interact with a cell or organ or tissue. Then only they will produce their response. But which drug can be efficacious, which drug can be affinity, it all depends upon their chemical structure. A drug can be effective when it will bind to a receptor, that is affinity. मीन्स किस क्षमता से ड्रग आपके रिसेप्टर पे बाइंड करती है वो कहलाता है एफिनिटी, और बाइंड करने के बाद जो आपको थेरेपेटिक इफेक्ट चाहिए है वो कहलाता है एफिकेसियस. जैसे मैं कहूं कि आपको कोई पेन को ट्रीट करना है तो आप पेन किलर लेते हैं. अब पेन किलर बहुत टाइप की मार्केट में है, इंडोमिथासिन है, आइबुप्रोफेन है. तो वो एफिकेसियस है कि नहीं है ये हम टेस्ट करते हैं फार्माकोलॉजी से. अब वो एफिकेसियस है तो हम उसे कहेंगे दे आर हैविंग एफिनिटी. और वो एफिनिटी किस पे डिपेंड करेगी? उनके पूरे केमिकल स्ट्रक्चर पे जो कि बाइंड होगी रिसेप्टर से. अनटिल अनलेस ड्रग won't bind to a receptor, they will not produce their therapeutic effect. Right? Now, a drug, if we will say a drug is good affinity, a good efficacy, then it becomes a agonist. Agonist having a IA equal to 1, that is intrinsic activity, means they are having good therapeutic response that we show by a numerical 1. Agonist. What is partial agonist? Agonists work as a partial agonist and antagonist. That is known as partial agonist. So their activities is between 0 to -1. Inverse agonist. Inverse agonist means it gives an opposite action to the agonist. Antagonist is also gives a opposite action to agonist. But they are having their difference between their efficacy, that is -1, that is 0, which shows that antagonist is not having their own response, they are not producing their own effect, they are just blocking the agonist action and giving the opposite response. But inverse agonist, that which shows that totally give a opposite action, that's why it becomes its activity -1. Both are having same effect because they are giving opposite action to the agonist. So antagonist can be a competitive and non-competitive. How? This is a receptor and this is an agonist. Competitive antagonists fight with this agonist to bind with this receptor, that becomes competitive antagonist. And non-competitive antagonists, they will not fight with this agonist, they will bind to the receptor with the opposite side, from the opposite side, and that's again they will produce their antagonist effect. To understand it better, how that drugs produce their affinity, efficacy, and whatever the therapeutic response, they must bind to the target molecules that is made up of protein. And that can be enzyme, ion channels, transporter, and receptors. Enzymes, that is a best catalyst which increases the biochemical reaction in the body. They can act in a 2 ways, enzyme induction and enzyme inhibition. Enzyme induction means they activate the any action, and enzyme inhibition means they will inactivate the particular enzyme and slow the reaction. Ion channels. A drug can act through ion channels like our heart is contracting and relaxing every movement, that is lump and drop. How? Because of this ion channels, sodium, calcium, potassiums, they are coming in, they are coming out. But when there is a hypertension occurs, your heart becomes more contraction and we have to relax it. So we have to give the drugs which will act through this ion channels. Transporters. Some drugs cannot cross our membrane. They need some carrier to cross the barrier, like blood-brain barrier. They cannot cross our blood-brain barrier. So we will give some transporter which will help the drug to cross this membrane. Receptor. Drug can act to a receptor. Receptor can lie on the cell membrane or in the cell membrane. Here the drug and the ligand will come and bind to the drug and produce their action. And again receptor are 4 types that we will later on study in the next class. So sometimes we see that same drug we cannot give to each and everyone. Which factor decide their dose and action? Same drug can affect the people differently. Why? Because we are biomedically different. We are having different receptors. We have different enzymes which can affect our dosing and action of a drug. How? That are age. When I will say age, it will come. A drug can be used for infant, can be used for child, for middle person and aged person. So, that optimum dose we decide for, that is 70 kg weight per person. But for kid, it can be a vary. It will be more for the people who is having less weight, that is 50 kg. And if someone is 100 kg, we have to give the dose of drug differently. Means for that person, dose of drug can be decreased, and for that person, we have to increase the dose. So age is the important phenomena to decide the dose. Sex. As it is considered that females are more sensitive, so sex is another factor which will helpful to decide the dose and how it will act on the females. Weight, same criteria. Age is if someone is old enough, so maybe because of age our metabolic system has been decreased, so we have to give the less amount of drug to the aged persons. Route of administration. Route of administration, as infant cannot swallow the drug, so there will be a different route of administration for same drug, like paracetamol, Calpol are coming in the form of parenteral form, that is IV injectables, tablet forms, and in the syrups forms and suspension forms. For kids which cannot, those who cannot swallow, we used to prefer to give the drug in the form of syrup or suspension. And the aged person, those who cannot swallow, we used to prefer give into the syrup or maybe injectable forms. Sometimes a normal person cannot digest the tablet and capsule, then it will be decided by the doctor to give the drug through injectables. And again, maybe the doses can be a problem. So, route of administration is another criteria which affect to decide the dose of drug. Time of administration. At which time? Sometimes doctors say take the medicine at the night, take the medicine in the morning. So time of administration also matters the action, because if someone is coming in the workplace and they will take the medicine which is causing the sleep, so it will affect their work. So time of administration is also important. Emotional factor. If someone is going through a trauma, mental trauma, so there all the digestion and all the absorption, distribution, metabolism, excretion can become slowed down. So again, the emotional factor is important. More terms to understand the drug better, that is accumulation. When we take the drug repeatedly, it will accumulate in the body. That means it is deposited into the body, and may the drug can cause the toxic effect. Synergetic effect, when we have to increase the action of any drug, like it can be addition and potentiation, means when aspirin and paracetamol is given in combination, they will produce the effect of A and B equal to the effect of A plus effect of B. Means aspirin has increased the function of, means increase the therapeutic effect of paracetamol. Potentiation means it will give more action when aspirin plus cocaine. Aspirin is a drug of painkiller and cocaine is a painkiller, but it is not, that is narcotic drugs. Narcotic drugs, sometimes some person is having unbearable pain, like in cancers, like in any accident, aspirin cannot work. So we will give that drug in combination with the cocaine, which will potentiate the effect of aspirin. Addiction and habituation. This is the two words which seems very common. Addiction means when we cannot remain without taking it, means we have become addicted to that person. Like drug, opium, ganja, charas. You cannot be, and it will produce when withdrawal systems, when we stop taking such type of things, we have seen withdrawal symptoms, that is addicted to a particular drug or particular thing. Habituation means to take like a coffee and a tea. I am habituated, but there will be no such effect which is dangerous for us. So that is called habituation. Antagonism to produce a opposite action. Example is milk of magnesia in acid poisoning. If someone is having a poisoning, we can give a milk of magnesia which is not having its own therapeutic response. So that is an example of antagonism. Idiosyncrasy and hypersensitivity. Again, two terms which are resembles. Hypersensitivity, that word shows someone can be a sensitive, highly sensitive to any drug. So that person should not take that particular drug. Idiosyncrasy means that person become, after some time, it becomes sensitive to that drug, that he or she cannot take drug. Tolerance and tachyphylaxis, both are the again same word, means this is acute resistance which has been developed, means after some times a person should say no, give no response to that particular drug. Like nicotine cannot affect the person who is regular to smoke or to take nicotine. After some time, nicotine won't produce any effect on that person, but a person who is not habituated to take nicotine can show that response, that effect in particular dose. Tachyphylaxis, that is taking a drug after so much time repeatedly, our receptors are blocked by that particular drug and that person has stopped to give that response to a particular drug, and maybe we can say in simple word, they develop the resistance. So we have to substitute that particular person and we have to give the substitute to that particular person with another drug. That is all about the basic terminology which are important to understand this subject. Thank you very much.